For those who've been watching our videos for a while, you know that we use a Blackstone, or I use a Blackstone when I do all the cooking when we camp. It's probably 90% of the stuff that we cook is cooked on that Blackstone griddle. Well, a few months ago, I saw that they were coming out with some new camping products available only through Walmart, and got kind of excited about one of them. It was an air fryer. They said there'd be more information coming. Well, there hasn't been more information coming. There's still nothing on the website, but it did show up as available, so guess what we just added? I'm gonna make a video about it. I've got a ton of questions, a lot of things that I don't know because there's nothing on the website yet about it. So we're gonna take it camping this weekend, but first, let's open it up and check this thing out. Still a lot of things I don't know about this thing. I don't know if my propane hose will hook up to this, or we're gonna have to use the 1 pound bottle. I don't know how well it's gonna hold up in the weather, if I'm gonna have to bring it in, or if I can leave it outside if it rains. There's a lot still to learn about this thing. So let's dig in, let's open it up and see what it looks like to begin with. So here it is. It did get a little abuse in the handling process. We're gonna take it this weekend. We're gonna go see how we like it. It does have the ability, you put batteries in the bottom. We'll plug this into the camper for the electricity. Here's where the propane goes in. Came with an instruction book that I'll read through before we go camping this weekend. I'm excited about trying it. A little disappointed about the damage, but it is what it is. We're gonna make the best of it. And let's see what we think about the Blackstone propane air fryer. My first impressions of this Blackstone, once I got out of the box, really got to looking at it, this Blackstone air fryer was a little disappointing. I don't know any other way to put it. There's a lot of damage, especially to the orange paint. It seems to have taken a lot worse in the packaging. This is not something that was because FedEx flipped it on my porch. This looks like it was rubbing inside of the box and the paint is come off. Then there's some issues where there's some, almost like somebody tried to fix it. They knew that happened and I don't know, it's odd. Other than that, it's sturdy. It's a little on the heavy side. It's heavier than I thought it was gonna be. As I read through the owner's manual, a few questions that I had were answered. One, this cannot be used inside because of the propane and the ignition of that fire. It must be used outside. It can be used under like a canopy. There was actually very specific information in there about what walls could be closed in. So if you're doing it in a tent, you need to have a certain percentage of the walls open so that you get a certain amount of airflow. So this cannot be used inside like most air fryers. It probably needs to be covered when not in use. It never said in there that it can't take the weather, but the fan sits on top inside, and there are little gaps where it sucks air in. When it rains, if this was out in the weather, I'm imagining water's gonna get in there where that fan is. That's not good. So this needs to be covered when not in use, and it has to be used outside. Another thing, the propane where it hooks up, this is the same type, well, it looks to be the same type of connection that I have on my 22-inch Blackstone Adventure Ready that we use all the time. I'm able to hook it up. I was able to get it to fire, but that was all I was able to do. I was not able to test it fully to make sure that it worked 100%, which leads to my biggest problem and why this is probably going back in the next couple days. I can't get it to stay on. It'll fire. The little indicator goes blue. You can see the flame. After about 5 seconds, the flame goes out and the little indicator turns red. I have held the button in. I have done all kinds of things to try it. I've tried changing propane bottles. I've tried moving the propane bottle to where it's up instead of down. I even hooked the camper to it. Everything I did, it would ignite and then it would go out. So I sent a message to Blackstone via their website. I have not heard back from them. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I'm imagining nobody is there to respond to my message. It'll probably be Tuesday. I'll have to actually call them and see if I can get someone that can maybe help me figure this out, because I love the recipes that I'm seeing. I love the versatility and the ideas of what we can do with this besides just the griddle. in our repertoire, but if it won't work, it doesn't do us any good. The other issue I have with this for us in camping is it's heavy and it's bulky, and I don't know where we're going to put it in the camper when we travel. We carried it in the bathtub here, and we'll probably carry it in the bathtub going home, because I wanted the weight behind my axles on the trailer. I think it says it weighs about 45 pounds. And while that's not a lot, when you're trying to balance out the camper and the truck, anything you add more to the front, toward the hitch, really can become detrimental to towing. So I try to keep anything heavy either over the axles or behind the axles. I might be able to keep it on the kitchen floor, but we carry the kids' bicycles there, and they tend to kind of flop and fall over, so I don't like that idea. So for right now, the bathtub seems to be the safest place. I hope to hear from customer service at Blackstone. I hope that that I can find out that it was just something simple I did. A couple of things I would love to know: how long does this 1 pound propane bottle last? Because as I was kind of planning this trip, I realized some things that I want to cook, I want to use the griddle, and I want to use this at the same time. Like last night, I wanted to make French fries in here and hamburgers on the griddle, on the flat top. So it'd be nice to be able to use a propane bottle for this, the griddle hooked to the camper. I think the execution is still yet to be tidied up on this, and I'd love to hear from Blackstone. What can y'all do to make it better? What can y'all do to make it right for me so that I can actually use this thing? All right, so we're back home. I've been back and forth with customer service, so I thought I'd kind of wrap up this video by kind of explaining what we're going to do. But let me first kind of just mention there's probably some people watching this that aren't traditionally followers of our channel. We have mostly done campground reviews of the campgrounds that we've been around mostly South Carolina. Now that we've been to all the South Carolina state parks, we're starting to venture out. We're starting to do some unique things like this. I did a video on our RV locks about a month ago. We got some other big series that we're going to be doing this summer. We went to the Outer Banks of North Carolina this spring for more than a week. That's probably going to be the next series that's coming out. If you find any value in any of this, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'm not an affiliate with Walmart at this point. I may become one at some point down the road. So I'm not making anything off of this. Kind of wish I was, but at any rate, after not hearing back from the customer service form that I filled out on the website, after a couple days, work days after the Memorial Day holiday, I decided to call Blackstone. I got a lady on the phone, explained my issue. She wanted me to send a video. I sent her a video that we took of the thing not staying lit, and she said they would be back with me. So normally, this hose runs this Blackstone, which is connected to this camper. Trying the air fryer, see what happens. Turn it on. Hit here. You see the flame? It goes out every time. Flame out. Will not keep a flame on. She did tell me that I needed to register it, and that if it was not something that could be easily fixed, like if I wasn't doing anything wrong, which I'm not, they would send me a new one. I don't know whether I'd have to send this one to them. I don't know, but I'm not going to register it. It's never been fired more than 5 seconds. Nothing's ever been cooked in it. We're just going to take it back for a couple reasons. One, the build quality is a little questionable. I mean, what I find most ironic, it will not stay lit, but there are 3 different pass stickers on the side of it. So at some point, somebody thought it worked. I don't know if the packaging is bad, but it's banged up so bad. It's too heavy, and the fact that we have to cover it or bring it inside every night, if it's going to rain, we can't use it inside. It's just not going to work for us. So I think what we're going to do is just buy a regular air fryer. Now, my concern with using a regular air fryer in the camper is one of the advantages that this has is powered by propane. So you're not drawing very much electricity. And on a 30 amp camper like ours, that electricity is valuable. You know, we're already sucking a lot of electricity through our air conditioning unit during the summer in the South. We have electric water heater. If I run the air conditioning, the water heater, and the microwave at the same time, I go over 30 amps every time. So if I'm using an air fryer, I'm gonna go over 30 amps too. So the way I'm gonna work around this is I carry a really heavy extension cord, and I'm gonna plug it into the 120 volt, 20 amp plug at the pedestal. That way, I'm not running it through the camper. I'm not taxing the 30 amp service, and we'll still be able to use the functionality of an air fryer. One other thing about this that I didn't realize up until just the other day looking through the manual, that's a real detriment to this. Nothing in here is able to be run through a dishwasher. The basket and the tray, it says not dishwasher approved. So that's just a huge oversight on their part. I don't understand how Blackstone can't have some of their stuff be dishwasher safe. As I've looked at other air fryers, almost all of them, the baskets and trays are dishwasher safe. So the fact that we have to hand wash everything, it can't be used inside, it has to be covered when not used outside, and the thing is heavy and bulky, it's going back. So, perhaps when we go on our big summer trip around the southeast this summer, we'll do a video of using whatever we're going to replace this with in our trip. I hope you found some value in this. I hope this was helpful for those that are considering getting a Blackstone air fryer. I think for some, it may work great. If you don't want to tax your power, if you've got plenty of storage space and weight isn't an issue, I bet it works great. I just wish I could have found out. So, thanks for watching.